guys, welcome back. It's Alicia here again, and as always it's a joy to have you join me on my inspirational series. As I said, I'll be thinking how best to name this series, but for now I'm just going to go with the flow and call it inspirational. The reason I'm doing that is I want to inspire you, I want to empower you, I want you to get the most out of some of the writings that I do, and I really want to share them with you to make sure that if you do take the time to listen to my videos or audios throughout your day, they're going to enhance your life in some way. They're going to make you feel better about your day or about whatever it is you're going through. And you know, as I've always said, I'm on that journey with you, kind of thing, as you are with me. So yeah, I want to make this kind of interaction a positive one where I can share the best of what I've learnt as part of my writings, to share a little bit about some of my soul inspired work and some of the positives we can take from that. And as I've always said, throughout the series, I can get more deeper into things if that's what people want, or if people prefer to keep things more light, I can keep this series more light, and I can do another one which will be a bit more in-depth, but I'll wait to get your feedback on that before I kind of delve into those things or take you on that path. You know, if you feel we don't really want to go there, but if you do, I'm happy to take you there. So yeah, it's exciting, and I really am enjoying this process and doing this for you. Or if you're chilling or relaxing, you know, hopefully just listening to me will keep you inspired throughout the day and make a difference. I hope that's why I'm doing it, to share more of what I do, but on a kind of one-to-one level, so that, you know, it's not just stuff you need to read, it's stuff you can hear from me directly. And yeah, it's great that you're here. And as I've done quite a few in the series already, so if you haven't seen them, please check them out. And if you're new, then you know, welcome. As some of you may know or may not know, my name's Alicia, and I'm an author and a writer, but the way I do my writing is through channeled work and auto-written work. So it's kind of varied. As I said in the previous series, I can't really fully define these writings. You know, I can't fully define them in the sense that in the way that they're written is slightly different to saying that it's just a quote that I'm sharing with you, or an affirmation, or a saying, or, you know, I'm not quite sure. It's not even poetry. It's just I call them inspirational passages, and I've even varied what I call them. Sometimes inspirational affirmations. You know, I have varying ways which to describe them, because it's difficult to put them into one niche, because some are affirmations, some may be viewed as kind of quotes, others may be viewed as just inspirational stuff. It's really hard to define, but you know, maybe one of you out there will help me define what I do or define my writings. But for now, it's that varied mix that, you know, it just is the way. Like when I first started out, my passages were very long. What came through to me were like, you know, fairly long passages of, you know, inspirational stuff, maybe one per page. They were that long. And when things started to evolve as part of this writing process, I mean, I can talk more about that later on, because this videos are really for you, but it doesn't matter if you get to know me a little bit as we go along. But yeah, as the writing process evolved for me, I realized in order to share what I was doing in social media, things had to be more sort of shorter. You know, in those days, tweets were, when I first started out, tweets were like really short. So you had to fit everything you wanted to say in, you know, I don't know, 150 characters or something, 140, something like that. But now obviously it's a little bit longer, but still, a lot of my more recent writings are a lot shorter. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think it matters whether they're long or short. The majority of what I'm going to share with you will be longer. I'm sorry, will be shorter, because I know you don't have much time. The longer stuff kind of was in my earlier journals, but yeah, I can get round to talking about that and kind of maybe go through some of the longer passages with you. But you know, because time is precious and everybody's got various things to do, I'm going to use the shorter ones to kind of talk about. Can you imagine if I use the longer ones, how long these videos would be? Because already, you know, they kind of sort of vary between 20 to 30 something minutes. So I can't imagine what the long ones would be, but perhaps that's for another time. You may say to me, yeah, can you talk about some of your longer pieces of work, which I don't mind doing, but for now let's keep it short, or as short and sweet as we can. So a lot of what I'm going through is from a project that I'm working on called Inspirational Photo Quotes for Your Soul. So I'm just taking some of the passages from there, and I'm definitely going to make that available if people want to kind of sort of look over some of the things that I've been talking about, and they'll all be in here. And I've actually recorded audio insights to go with these, so once I publish these, I'll make sure I put them in the description so that, you know, you can download them. And they don't always mirror what I've been talking to you about, but they have like reflections with them, so they're kind of cool to go through. And I have the audio reflections, so I'll definitely be posting those up on YouTube, because if you like this series of what I'm doing, you might want to download those as well. So yeah, it's all going to be available, and I'll make sure I let you have that information, of course. And okay, so today's sort of insight, and this passage, this channel passage I want to talk to you about, I've called it Voice of Encouragement. And this passage came through to me, and it says, "Let me awaken the voice of encouragement, which resides deep within my soul." And, you know, on first blush, you know, you may think, okay, yeah, a little bit about encouragement and so on and so forth. You know, what can we say? But there's a lot to talk about in terms of encouragement. And one poignant thing that this passage says is, which resides deep within my soul. And if you know me, I mean, even some people know me as the soul whisperer. So, you know, we'll get to the soulful stuff, you know, as time goes on. But I do a lot of soul work because I think that the work I do originates from a soulful place. And in sharing it, what I want to kind of get you to open up to today is to understand that your soul, regardless of how you view it, you know, everyone's got different views on what the soul is or means to them. And as time goes on, you're definitely going to get to know my views. But for now, what I want to tell you, if you didn't know already, that the soul is encouraging of you, okay? So its presence within you is one of encouragement and support and guidance, and I can get deeper into that stuff. But for now, if you can just trust me on a surface level, that your soul sees things or perceives what its job and role in your life is one of encouragement. Okay, now your mind may be encouraging if you kind of say affirmations, you keep the positive going and so on and so forth. But generally, your mind is going to make you wander in a direction that may come to turn out a bit negative and a bit kind of worrying and fearful. So when you have the mind on your side, and obviously there's techniques and ways to do that, but when the mind is on your side, definitely it is a very powerful medium in which you can achieve things, you know, like once you set your mind to things, yeah. But there's also a soulful aspect of understanding that the soul is encouraging of you, and its encouragement never wavers. It's always there with you, no matter what happens, no matter what your mind says or does, or you know, even if you think, gosh, I'm a really negative person, I try not to be, but I can't help it, you know, above all of that, the soul is stronger, okay? It has more depth to it and more strength. And the reason why, I mean, obviously all of this you kind of eventually discover through what I say, or if you read my books, what the soul is not, basically, it doesn't waver whether there's fear or whatever, because it's not affected by the external. Your mind is constantly being affected by what is going on around you externally. You can't help it. You know, if someone's rude to you or someone's negative, you're going to take that on board, and your mind is going to kind of say, wow, this person said this, or you may say, this is happening in my life, so, you know, I feel down, this happened to me today, and I feel really down, I feel really low. So your mind is going to be influenced by all the external factors that are going on in your life, and that's just the way it is. And it takes a lot of work and effort to counteract that, you know, to stop that kind of process growing and kind of getting to a point where you can't really change your thinking or your thought processes. It does take a lot of work to change your thought processes and overcome things, but the soul isn't like that. It's very, very encouraging. And so if you want to draw encouragement, it's really important that you find the strength to tap in to your soul on a soulful level or within. And, you know, that is a process of what I call soul engagement. So I'm definitely going to be making sure that I share those concepts with you once I know how far you want me to take things. But for now, let's say, just as we're kind of getting into things now, on a soulful level, you can draw on that encouraging power, even in times of great adversity, even in times where you feel there's nothing left in your heart or within your soul to fight something or do something or change something, or, you know, vary the outcome of what you perceive is happening. And it does take a lot to divert from the norm, to think outside the box, and to take on board alternative types of thinking and alternative types of options that you have available to you. Because generally we only see things as this is A, this is B, this is happening and this isn't happening. You know, everything is kind of, you know, what I'm trying to encourage you today is to say, try to think outside the box, because there's more to life than just what you're experiencing in this physical form. There's more to life about what's going on and affecting you in what I call this physical form. There's also the universal aspect to everything of what's going on. And The soul is that great connection to the universe, or the, you know, kind of what's beyond the physical that we're kind of used to. We have that universal aspect to our nature and our origin that supports you in everything you do. You know, certain belief systems define who that may be or what that may be, but you know, for now I'll just kind of say that your soul is connected to more than what exists in your physical form, and that connection provides you with a lot of tools and guidance. Now, you may not really make use of them, and part of my teachings is to show you how to make use of them. You may not be making use of them now, but I'll definitely make sure that you get to know how to make use of them, because they're crucial if you want to achieve success, you want to fulfill your destiny, and you want to kind of blossom and grow and evolve as a person, or in the way that you hope you can from now and, you know, looking forward, you know, into the future ahead. But so if we go back to this particular saying, it says, let me awaken the voice of encouragement, meaning that this aspect, this soulful aspect of your soul is often dormant. You know, I would say in, I don't know, maybe 90% of us, this soulful aspect of our being and the tools and the knowledge and the wisdom that the soul has to offer us is literally dormant. We don't use it because we take everything in the physical form and we deal with everything on a mind kind of level. And that's, you know, how as human beings and how as humanity we've kind of, you know, carved a path out for ourselves by being that way. But, you know, more and more and more we're discovering that you are more than just this physical, you know, this physical being, this physical kind of person that you are or you've become, and there's more to it than that. And my writings definitely took me on a kind of unknown journey about all of this. I mean, you know, I didn't know about all of this. It evolved through my writings. But before I kind of go into that, let's just focus on how important it is to encourage yourself. Whether you draw courage from your soul, whether you draw courage from, you know, your heart, whether you draw courage from someone else, your partner, whether you draw courage from your children, your colleagues, your co-workers, your friends, regardless of where you draw courage from or encouragement from, the key is to believe and understand that it also exists within your soul. So you're not alone in anything that you're trying to do or anything you're trying to achieve. And this voice of encouragement does exist within you, even though you may not have tapped into it, even though you may not be aware of it, even though you don't even believe what I'm saying. You know, you might think, what's she talking about? You know, soul can encourage you, this kind of thing. But it's there. I'm telling you, it exists. And once you become aware of it and its existence, you can then use it, you see, to improve whatever situation you're in. So, you know, using the encouragement of the soul, and the passage said, awaken it. In other words, become aware of it. And that's why I'm kind of talking through some of my stuff, is I want to awaken you to the potential that you have as a person and the potential of what lies within your soul, and that you can basically start to introduce into your life to strengthen you, to empower you, you know, and that voice of encouragement is there. All you need to do is tap into it. And, you know, you can draw encouragement from others and various other places, but there also comes a time when you have to encourage yourself, you know, and that's a rare thing, because we always look to others to give us encouragement, and that's just the way we are. We rarely perceive life, and this is why I'm doing these videos, to kind of help you think outside the box. We rarely perceive life in the way that I need to give myself encouragement, self-encouragement. It's not something we kind of believe we can tap into, but it exists. And obviously I've told you why it exists, but you know, you have that potential to tap in to areas that you may have ignored or may be dormant within you, but you can awaken them. And this is what this passage says, awaken, you know, and that's what you should take today from this video is, I have the power to awaken aspects of my soulful nature that I have neglected, or until maybe I listened to this video today, I wasn't really fully aware of. And, you know, you wouldn't be any different to anyone else. I myself was never fully aware of this aspect of our nature. And it was only kind of revealed or evolved through my writing. And what I feel I need to share with you today is to encourage you. I'm going to encourage you, okay? So before you encourage yourself, let me encourage you today, okay, to understand that you can encourage yourself. So I'm going to give you the encouragement to say you can encourage yourself in whatever it is you need encouragement is. It's lovely to receive encouragement from others. We all value, appreciate, and take on board others encouraging us. That's what we want. Well, that's what we thrive. You know, normally you might see things negatively, but you know, if someone gives you a little bit of encouragement, you kind of wake up and you say, wow, I got encouragement from someone, so I feel better. I feel like, you know, doorways are going to open because I got this encouragement, and you feel like, I feel so much better now. So and so encouraged me, or your mom encouraged you, your dad encouraged you, your kids encouraged you, you know, your partner encouraged you, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, things are turning out for the better. And you may think, you know what, if other people can encourage me, that's more than enough. Like, you know, I don't need any more encouragement from other people, let alone myself. So if you are being kind of supported, encouraged in so many other areas of your life, you know, what I'm saying to you now, you may think, I don't think I might need to use that. But there are going to be times along your journey and path, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's a week or month ahead or year even, where you are going to kind of feel in a place where you realize self-encouragement is going to be needed, because I'm not always going to get this from other people. I'm not always going to get, you know, the thumbs up, the kind of the fist of, yeah, go for it. You're not always going to get that. And you have to find the strength within yourself to be able to encourage yourself. And that encouragement is never going to be on a surface level. That encouragement has to come from a soulful place to really give you the strength and power to listen to what you're being told. Okay, it's like your inner voice. Okay, that's why it says voice of encouragement, because it's like an inner voice. Okay, and that encouragement is what is going to be needed to take you to the next level, or take you beyond the limitations that exist currently in your life, limitations of your mind, limitations of your thought processes, and limitations that you most likely set for yourself, believe it or not. You know, I think we spoke about limitations in some of the previous episodes, and we said, you know, we easily limit ourselves. I think I told you about how I felt I'd limited myself. So, you know, to go beyond those limitations, encouragement has to sometimes come from within you, because they're not gonna be enough people around to encourage you. And you know, some people have a knack for finding that inner strength and making use of it, and you know, really kind of, they're extraordinary in that respect. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're able to find a level within themselves where they can encourage themselves, and they can you know, tap into that, and others don't. And I guess this is for those of you that don't, because at the end of the day, we're just all fallible to whatever's going on. You know, we're not all super duper, and we're all the same in that respect. So finding a way, or understanding a way to tap into that strength is key, because you can't rely on others all the time. You know, you can't always trust that other people are going to be there to give you the encouragement you need. Sometimes you will need to be willing to encourage yourself. And, you know, to kind of, let's backtrack and summarize everything. You know, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what you wish to achieve, and regardless of what you're doing, you're either going to be encouraged by others, and if that is going on, that's great. But if not, you need to find a way to tap into a form of self-encouragement. And this passage is basically encouraging you to say, listen to that soulful voice. The soul is extremely encouraging, whether you're aware of it or not. But I hope today I've made you aware of that potential, even if you don't agree with it. Just consider it as potential to start to tap into, to start to draw on that strength and say, you know what, it doesn't matter what happens, I am going to encourage myself. And if people say, how can you encourage yourself? You're not going to use the mind to encourage you, because you can, obviously, you know, affirmations, that kind of thing, that can help encourage you, of course. Everything you need encouragement from, take it. People, places, you know, whatever it takes, get that encouragement. But I'm saying that when all is said and done, and you feel like, I'm not getting the encouragement I need to achieve this or do this or whatever, please remember, you're being encouraged on a soulful level to do or achieve what you want to do. You need to just be willing to think outside the box and be willing to tap into that. And once you even say, you know, you can simply say, I'm open to the soul's encouragement, and I know it's going to encourage me. Even if you're saying it to yourself, that is a beautiful step in the right direction. So, you know, I don't know, feel encouraged. And if no one's going to give you that encouragement, now you know where to get it from. And now you know it exists. And now you know you can tap into it. So there you are. So I won't go on any longer, because you know me, is always rattling on. But I'm hopeful that, you know, it's in a good way, and that you get a lot out of this. And yeah, don't forget, if you feel someone else needs to hear these words, or what I say can help them in any way, shape or form, then please do, you know, share stick a thumbs up, like, subscribe. The more the merrier. And as always, I'll leave some details in the comments below, and you know, great to receive your feedback as well. I'm just glad to be doing this series, and I hope that what I say will encourage you in your life to kind of take on a little bit about what I'm talking about, whether you agree or disagree, or I'm just saying, you know, just be open to the process. And yeah, if you like what I do, and that's always great to know. But if you want to kind of take that extra step to support me, then definitely check out my Patreon page, because I'll leave those details below. And if you're thinking about being a patron, that'd be wonderful. But, you know, just do whatever you feel and what's within your capability to do. I'm just grateful anyway or anyhow. I'm grateful you're here now, and I'll be grateful for wherever we cross paths again. I'm always honoured to have you guys along here with me on this journey. So, yeah, let's say, or as far as I can say, I will look forward to doing another episode for everyone, and I can't wait for you to join me on that. And for now, you have a great day. You enjoy your day, and take these words, let them resonate with you, and you know, allow them to make the most of your day. And all those negative things, believe in your heart that you can overcome them no matter what, and you will. Okay? All right, then. I will love and leave you. Love and light. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.